One, two, 1, 2. Let's go live. One, two, 1, 2. 1, 2, testing. I'll test in. One, two, testing. One, two. One, two, 1, 2. 1, 2, testing. Telegram. All right. How are you? How's everybody doing? I'm just inviting everybody. I'll be right there with you guys. All right. Here we go again. Please type yes on the chat if you can hear me. I am here. I'm here. Don't worry about it. I'm just inviting everybody on our groups to join me. Cool. All right. So we are going to talk about the USD, right? We're going to talk about the USD today. Uh, And yeah, to me, it's quite important that you understand what I'm looking at um, because I share my trades with you. So let's, just type it yes on the chat if you can hear me. That'll be cool, guys. Can you hear me? Because I share my trades with you. Yeah, I think you can. So, hi, how are you? How's everybody doing? Yeah, quite the the melody, and yeah, we're going to start to talk about the USD. So before we go any further, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, why don't you go ahead and do so? It's free, and yeah, if you want, if you don't want to miss anything, just turn on the notifications for the channel, and you will be notified every time I go live, every time we upload a video, everything. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Marcin. Appreciate that. And yeah, if you enjoy my live streams, also give me a like on the video. The reason that I asked is because that helps us out a ton with the YouTube algorithm to reach other traders. And that is the entire point. So, any questions that you may have, also just type it on the chat. You can ask a question. You can ask questions. Uh, you can ask questions in English, French, or Spanish, right? If you ask a question in French, I will answer in French. If you ask a question in Spanish, I will answer in Spanish. English is not my first language, actually, it's my third language. I speak better French than I do English. So don't you worry, I got everybody's back. All right. Good morning. I was in the VP, but my Telegram account got deleted. Well, email support, mate. Email support, they will sort you out. They will sort you out. Now, yeah, someone was stressing about gold. Why? I opened the account on your link, but I only have $100. I don't know. Email support, I have no clue. I think it's 250 minimum, guy. So no, I don't think you can start with $100. Now, let's talk about happy. What about gold? The plateau? I'm still holding my go. But you know what? I'm going to update everybody because uh, apparently you guys get stressed on a tiny pullback, on this tiny pullback. Now, you know, it is a tiny. Good morning, please. Can you have crypto payment for VIP subscription? No, we do not. We do not. All right, so I mean, don't stress out about gold. You know, I'm still holding this buy, and that rejection earlier today, uh, around the on the 1972.50 level, was really, 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 really good. Now, I'm gonna show you actually the hourly chart in gold, and yeah, we are going just to talk about gold a little bit, right? So basically, this is what I'm looking. I'm going to delete this line, and uh, I am, yeah, this is this is the chart, right? So have a look at this, right? Why am I still holding my gold longs? Why? Because of this, because of this. Now, if you are stressing out, maybe it's because you still can't read price actions. So I'm going to go through this. Um, I'm going to go through this so you understand how I do read price action. I'm afraid of losing 1975. I mean, that's fine. What's your point on USD CAD? We're going to talk about that. But I'm going to thicken this chart out for you guys. And here is where we have, the previous key level. Now, why is this the previous key level? If you look at this dotted line, this is yesterday's lows. This is where price opened yesterday. And today we are still trading on an inside day. Now, having said that, we have one rejection here. And if you look at the past hourly candles, both hourly candles, yeah, you can see that sellers are relentless to try to break with that 1972 to 1972.50 level. But there's buyers. I mean, buyers are very, very aggressive here. Now, this is an inside day on a big up move, right? On a big uptrend. So I'm still very happy with my buys in gold, still holding them for dear life. And because my stop loss, let me see where my stop losses are placed. Reckon they're placed where I know they are because my stop losses are placed all the way down here below the 1960 level at the 1959 level. I'm giving my trade a ton of room for possible stop hunts below this level. Like this, right? Now, if you are afraid or if you are worried about your gold trade, maybe you are trading too big, maybe you're trading too big, and focus on that. Growing an account over time is not about taking massive risks because even wow, that's a good move to the upside on gold. Um, even if even if even if this is a high probability trade made, there's still the probability uh, that you will lose the trade. So never risk more than 2% or 1% of your account. So that's gold. I'm still very much, very, very much happy with my long position. Just, to laugh a little bit, here's the 1 minute chart. buyers are really stepping in at these levels on the lower time frames. I could show you the the depth of market on this market, but I am going to talk about the US dollar because the US dollar, guys, cannot understand how gold works. Well, uh, yeah, how gold works. I mean, if you want me, to go through that, maybe ask a more specific question, more than happy to answer it. Right. So, the USD, right? I'm going to start by looking at the very high time frames. You're more than welcome, Ahmed. That's how it's pronounced, right? So the USD, right? I'm going to start with the very high time frames because this is the market that I trade. I am a US dollar trader, right? This is the market that I focus the most on, right? About let's call it 85% of my trading is US dollar. Then I also trade a little bit. I mean, not a little bit, but I also trade the Japanese yen. You can see here, these are the two markets that I focus on gold and U.S. equities uh, you know if there is a big buy you know in them. I'm sorry, I was looking at my other screen. So I'm going to start by looking at the higher time frames. And the reason that I'm going to start looking at the higher time frames is because I need you to understand what I'm looking at and why I am flat on the USD at the moment, right? Just look at this, right? This is clearly untradeable, right? Why would I place a US dollar buy or sell order at this time, right? Uh, in this price action or whatever. No, I wouldn't, right? That would be burning money. So I am very bullish on the USD, very much bullish on the USD, right? Um, you know what? To the person that asked about gold, I'm going to go through the fundamentals on that market at the end of my show, so don't go anywhere, right? But I'm very bullish on the USD. Why? I'm bullish on the US dollar. So we are looking at, we are looking at more rate hikes out of the Federal Reserve this year. With the language out of the Fed also keeps getting hawkier and hawkier. There has been tons of, not tons, but the Federal Reserve has started to taper down this round of quantitative easing. That means that they are lowering their asset purchasing program month over month. That is very bullish for the currency. Why is that bullish for the currency, guys? That's simple. When the central bank prints money, like they were doing due to the coronavirus collapse of the market, right? You need to look at currencies as commodities, right? The more of a single currency is in circulation, the less valuable one in this case $1 is, right? So that's why when the Federal Reserve in this case goes through a massive round of QE, the USD depreciates, and that's why when they start tapering their, I mean, set round of QE, the currency, in this case, the US dollar appreciates, right? More so because of rate hikes, etc. And, the Federal Reserve, one of the main issues, or not the main issues, I'm sorry, the main reasons that we are seeing the Federal Reserve's language being so hawkish is because of how great job creation has been on the USD. So everything is pointing out at more upside on the US dollar, right? But no, but just because I'm saying this, um, just because I'm saying this, and just because I am very bullish on the USD, that doesn't mean that I'm going to buy here. That would be crazy, right? So why don't we start with the higher time frames? And if you have any questions, again, you can ask them on the chat. Spanish, English, or French. I'm cool with all three. Right, so where the fuck was I? Okay, so why don't we go ahead and have a look at the monthly chart? Um, Actually, that's a little bit too much. The 2 week chart should be fine, right? Now, this is what's cool. Maybe the weekly chart? Yeah, the weekly chart is awesome. So this is what I mean. This is the level that I am looking. September 2019 highs, right? Um, I'm looking, I mean, the way that I look at the market is I go back in historic price action, guys. I go back in historic price action and I find a pivotal levels, right? Points in the market where you can see that big orders were placed. In this case, after a big fucking rally here, this is the level, right, that sellers were protecting. This actual level right here. Right. So this is August 2019 highs. I'm going to annotate. I have to annotate this because if I don't, I will forget what level I was looking at. So 2019 highs. Right. So that's a big level, right? That's the big level that was capping the upside on the USD. Now, right now, like I told you, buying right here is nonsense. So, what I'm looking at is a pullback towards those September 2019 highs. And then here is where I will look for buys. Just have a look at this. The next zone or the next TP, right, target for longs on the USD would be March 2020 highs, those pandemic highs. And if we look at this as a target, we're looking at a possible from September 2019 lows at a possible 3.5% move to the upside. That's a massive rally if we are able or if I'm able to catch it, right? Now, that's on the weekly chart. Let's go back to the daily chart. Boom. And as you can see right here, right? I mean, big levels, always, past big levels always give you clues to future price action. And this is where, we spent a month trading on a choppy range, right? Now let's go to the 12-hour chart. And what I dig about this is that this move is so clean, right? Right now, the DXY, the US dollar, whatever you want to call it, is retesting the top of that structure right here. So buying here would be ill-advised, my friends. Would be ill-advised. Now, what I'm looking at, or what I want, I'm sorry, that was funny. What I'm looking at is I have two possible buy zones on the US dollar. First one, of course, is that retest of September 2019 highs, which also are March highs. These are March highs, right? At the beginning of April is when the US dollar broke with that level. So a pullback towards this level would, in fact, give me an opportunity to look for buys, right? I'm not saying that I'm going to blindly buy when price and when and if price pulls back towards that level, but this is where I will be looking for buys. But to be completely honest, my preferred and the probability of price dropping towards this next level is not that high. But my preferred buy zone on the USD is this one right here. These two lines between 97.40, 97.80 or whatever, right? This zone right here. We're talking about January highs, between January highs and February highs. That, my friends, is the zone that I will be looking for big buys. Should price, of course, move all the way down here. The thing is that we would be talking about a 3.21% move to the downside, which, like I told you, doesn't feel as realistic. Now, why do I say that this doesn't feel as realistic as a buy zone? Just because if we look at how much the USD or the DXY has pulled back every time it prints a high right here, 2.34%, right here, 2.37%, right here, 1.66%. So from this high to this low, we're talking about a 1.60% or so. So yeah, this is where we'll be looking for buys on the USD. Now, having said that, um, yeah, I mean, my GP on my gold trade mate is on the VIP group. So go ahead, go over there and have a look because it's right there. So this is where I would buy, right, the US dollar. Of course, that I would not be buying the DXY. I will be looking for setups, long setups on the US dollar on the markets that I trade the US dollar in. So possibly USD, yeah, I mean, no, hold on. Possibly US dollar Mexican peso longs. Oh boy, I mean, I really, really dig trading the USD Mexican peso, but it's kind of tricky. And just a reminder of how strong this level is on the US dollar Mexican peso. Heads up to that. Now, the reason that the USD Mexican peso collapsed is because of Mexico Central Bank. And I mean, if you don't follow global macro, also guys, you should, right? Because we're trading currencies, and currencies move because of monetary policies and fiscal policies decisions. So if you don't follow global macro, you're never going to make money trading forex. So Mexico Central Bank has been increasing rates steadily for since from earlier this year, right? That's why the USD Mexican peso has dropped the way it has. This drop on the USD Mexican peso means that the Mexican peso is appreciating against the US dollar. Now, having said that, um, in this market, the strongest currency, of course, is the USD. So a big move on the US dollar, whilst all the rate hikes out of Mexico central banks are already priced in into the market, will give a possible very strong bullish move here. I'm not saying that I'm going to buy the US dollar Mexican peso today, but I'm going to flag it because this is a possible market that I will be looking for US dollar longs. Now, US dollar Singapore dollar, I don't like this market too, at all. Let's move on. GBP USD. Now this is kind of tricky. When looking to trade the US dollar, I do look at the Euro USD. I should have let that. This was a great move. I mean, if you were on my last show, this is the trade that we took live. That was a nice 90 pip run. I'm gonna leave it here because I need to record a video. So yeah, my the Euro USD is not my preferred market. These are very true, very strong currencies trading against each other. So that's why I always start looking at US dollar Mexican peso because of the difference between the strength of the two currencies. That means that a strong move on the US dollar would in fact be much stronger than the US dollar Mexican peso. I mean, if you catch my drift, right? Now, yeah, so that's my thought process on long-term US dollar. Now, what I'm going to do today, my friends, right. So if I said that I'm looking for possible buys around this level, means that I am expecting a pullback, right, of about from current prices of about 1.4%. Now, having said that, there is absolutely no setup to short or to go short on the US dollar as we speak, guys. Right? There's no setup. Now, to do that, let's go to the very low time frames, the hourly time frame, right? Actually, let's go. We need to go here just to see if we are trading around an important level. Let's go for a 4-day chart or so. So let's go to a 3-day chart. I want to see this. So here we have a an important level, this highs, right? And this is exactly where we are trading at the moment. Actually, you know what? I'm going to plug this on all of my charts because I dig that level. Um, Before I do that, just let me see if historically speaking, yeah, here we go. So have a look at this. I mean, I just found this. That's a cool thing that I just found. So if we look at historic price action, this is 2017, March, April, etc. You can see that we have a pivotal level right here, right here. Oh boy. You know, I could go to the daily chart, but I'm going to show you. So it's this base right here, this base right here, this previous week, and this rejection. This is a strong, strong pivotal level on the daily. Hold on, let me just delete this. I'm sorry. And moving forward in historic price action, this is exactly where we found also big orders in this market after that pandemic boom, etc. And it's clearly where we are trading at the moment. So, what should I call this level? And also, I want to plug it on all of my charts. So I need to do this and that. Where was it? Here. Boom. Right there. So I'm gonna call it April 2017. No, yeah, April 2017 highs or whatever. April 2020 highs, which is fine. Now that I have this level on all of my charts, right? I should have it on all of my charts right here. April 2020, 2020 highs. That is the range that I'm looking at. Let's go to the lower time frames. Like I told you, there's absolutely no setup to short or to go short on the USD at the moment, but we are trading at a massive, massive level. So, um, actually, there's no setup. I mean, this this is absolutely not profitable. But let's have a look. Let's just have a quick look. All right, here. Well, let's just have a quick look at what we have here. Technically speaking, we could actually be looking at a wedge, etc. Also, where a short position would be, or where my entry would be on a possible short. It's looking very dire, actually, going short on the US dollar at the moment. Now, yeah, having said that, this is a very cool level right here. Let's call it this, right? This level right here. So basically, I could look at possible shorts, my friends. Should price break and retest this level, and this is the move that I would be interested in catching. This is absolutely garbage, no trade zone, and I will not be touching at the dollar here. But should price break and retest that 144 level, uh, then I would be interested in looking for shorts, short-term shorts on the US dollar. Remember that September 2019 highs is my first buy level, or my first big buy level, if you remember the 12-hour chart. So, where should I be looking for those possible? Mm, hate that. Um, Olympio, someone asked about the US dollar, Canadian dollar. Olympio is recording a video on that market, and yeah, just wait for him to drop it. Possible longs. Zealand dollar, US dollar, no. Euro USD, yeah. I mean, possible short-term shorts on the US dollar Mexican peso. Just have a look at this, right? Um, Again, not saying that this is what I'm doing or taking, but at the moment, guys, short term, uh, on the USD Mexican peso, retesting the previous broken lows, weekly pivot, etc., etc., etc. Again, no setup to go short here, but if the US dollar actually drops from these highs, I will probably be missing the move on the USD Mexican peso. Since what I want is a break and retest to trade the this base breakout. So I'm going to keep you updated. I'm going to send my trade to the VIP group. It's still early on the session, so yeah, do not. Um, do not fear, guys. But you know what? I'm not going to push trades or push mediocre trades just to be in the market. That is a good way of burning money. And if you want to trade 10 times a day, this is not the place for you. You should be looking elsewhere. What we do here, we focus on high probability trades. We analyze the markets deeply, right? And we have patience and wait for those setups boom, big buyers in gold right now. And wait for those setups to develop, right? Because, and I'm telling you this from personal experience, less is more when trading, right? Making money in the markets is hard enough, and so why would you want to give back everything that you made? I have no clue, but yeah, if you want to trade 10 times a day, this is not the place for you. But if you want to learn how to grow your account, how to focus really on the best trades, um, how to learn how to hold your winners, you know, basic stuff like why my stop losses are here, why my stop losses are here, for example, in Ethereum, why my stop losses are sometimes this wide, um, right? What can I tell you? So it's just because I'm giving my trade room to breathe. And even if my stop loss here in gold, let me see how much it is. About 240 pips. I'm still 1 to 1 for I'm better uh, my R for my first target. It's better than 1 to 3, right? So I have a better than 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio, right? In Ethereum, it's a 1 to 8 risk to reward ratio, and it's a wide stop. And I'm going to be adding to those longs. So, I mean, if you want to build that position in Ethereum with me, just subscribe to the VIP swing trading channel. I'm going to give you the link on the chat. Like I told you, copy link. Like I told you, price is trading at our entry, so you do have the time. You got scammed on Telegram? By whom? Uh, Also, Fluxy, bro. Um, if you got scammed on Telegram by some groups that use our logo and steal our content, I'm very sorry for you. But lesson learned, mate. Never ever send money uh, to anyone online, right? Never send any money to anyone online. We are never going to ask you to send us money. We're never going to contact you directly for a Bitcoin uh, investment scheme. That is a scam. I mean, whoever tells you that if you send them $500, they will send back $2,500 in 5 days. I mean, they're clearly trying to rip you off, and they're clearly trying to scam you. Put that you got scammed, man, but you have to just think uh, beforehand, right? So again, I've been live for 35 minutes. Let's see if we can get a new round of traders into the show. All right, you can still join my trading session. Yeah, so obviously, I guess I'm looking for a month's subscription cheap. Look, I don't understand what you're talking about. All right. So any questions? Any questions, or should we move on? All right. Okay. So very good move here on gold. Sudhir Pai. My name is Orlando. Right. So let's have a look at. Oh yeah. I wanted to look at the Nasdaq. I'm still looking for buys in this market, right? So let me just delete this. Actually, I'm going to rework all of my charts. Remove drawings, remove drawings, remove drawings. Smart kids, where are you from? You know, tell me where you're from, mate. So, this is a cool setup that I was possibly looking at here in what what is this? The Nasdaq. I don't trade oil, mate, but yeah, sure, I can have a tiny look at it. Yeah, I remember this one. I remember this one. I missed this move. Actually, this is one that I would have traded. It checked a ton of my rules, but yeah, that's gone, mate. I would be interested in possible buys at the break and retest of this highs. Wow, but that's it. So let's have a look at Nasdaq because I took a buy on the Nasdaq. Where was it? Actually, I need to go to the 4-hour chart. I took a buy on Nasdaq, which got stopped out of break even. This one right here. I think that this is where I bought on, somewhere around here, and I got stopped out of break even after a 1.62% move to the upside. Right? I mean, this was a swing trade. My first targets were all the way here, so not even close. But I'm still looking for longs here on this market. And yeah, I mean, let's have a look at previous levels. This is the level that I'm looking at. BTC update. All right, later. later, later. So, pretty clean move here in gold. I'm digging this. Right, so this is the level that I'm looking at on the Nasdaq. Let's start with the higher time frames. This is the 3-day chart on the Nasdaq. Should be fine. Oh, I'm sorry. Should be fine on the daily. Right. Let's look at some levels. Right. I haven't worked this chart at all, guys. So um, this is I'm going to do this with you, right? So this is what I'm looking here on the Nasdaq. Now, um, yeah, let's have a look. So this is a very, very important key pivotal level, right? You can see it here. So this is where big orders, sell orders were placed at in February and in April 2021, right? Uh, yeah, I remember this. People were heavy trying to short equities after this massive rally. Well, having said that, this is a massive key pivotal level on the Nasdaq. Plus, we have we have uh, we had from the lows to the highs a 17.92% rally. Now that broke with the previous highs, right? That is a change of structure and broke with the next key pivotal level. That's very important, of course, that we were going to get sellers right here. Not only sellers, but profit taking at the 15 what is it 15 let's call it 15300, right? So that's a 17.92% rally from the highs to the lows, guys. We're talking about a 10.16% pullback. So if I go to the forward chart, we could be in fact looking at a 61.8% pullback um, from March range. Let's have a look. Oof, 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 where are you? So to the tick, right? So this is getting quite interesting right here. This is getting quite interesting. This is a heavy move to the downside though. Now, let me just think. Now, this is my no trade range. This is my no trade range. Buying here would be ill-advised, and buying the breakout of the previous highs would also be ill-advised in the sense that you would be buying inside of a very strong uh, bearish structure. So, where would my buy be? I would be interested in buying here at the break and the retest of the 14,300 level. So I'm going to put on an alert here because I probably, yeah, right. And the reason that I will be looking for this kind of setup is because right now, should I be looking for buys at the break of these highs, I have no place to put on my stop losses other than below March lows. Why? Because, like I told you, I would be buying inside of a very strong bearish structure that is still valid and a possible move below the lows has a high probability or a medium probability, let's call it. But if I wait for the break of these highs, right, and the retest of these highs, then my my stop loss placement would be at the spike low right here. Of course, after the setup develops. So that's the main reason that I am going to be waiting for that um, break and retest of the 14,300 level, right? One, because the immediate bearish structure would be invalidated, reversal would be in play, buyers would be in immediate control, my risk to reward would be crazy better, and I would be I mean I would be trading a much bigger size because of a much better risk to reward based setup. And yeah, first target should be, of course, at March highs. So we're talking about a possible 6% move to the upside. Now, this, my friends, is hot. And I will be sending this trade, should it materialize, to my VIPs on the VIP group. So if you want that, just subscribe. The link is on the chat or below the video. And US equities wise, this is perhaps the only play or the only high probability play at the moment. For me, at least, guys. For me. So, yeah, this is me. Thank you for joining me again. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, just go ahead and do it. It's free, and you know, turn on the notifications if you want to get notified every time I go live or every time we upload a video. And yeah, if you enjoy my shows, just give me a like. That helps us a ton with the YouTube algorithm, and um, reaching other traders, and that's the whole point we do this. So thank you again. Sorry about Bitcoin, but I don't have the time anymore. All right, let's do it. Yeah, I don't have the time, but yeah, I don't have the time. I'm sorry, I have to go. But yeah, uh, if you're a VIP, stay tuned for possible, Nasdaq longs. That's going to be a great trade should it materialize, of course. Um, and turn off those notifications in Telegram because that is, I mean, if this breakout happens, it's going to be a quick one, and you don't want to miss that one. So thank you again for joining me. I will see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.